I'm Donna Bush with your CIG TV News Brief and weather forecast. Thanks as always for being here with us. Founders of non-profit organizations in the Cayman Islands are invited to be a part of the latest outreach session being held just for them.
The session next week is part of our ongoing outreach program. The Registrar of Imperials annually, we aim to provide the imperial sector and the public with at least 3 outreach sessions during which we have an opportunity to educate the sector on the latest trends. We also reiterate the core functions in terms of the risk of NPOs. That is to say the exposure to terrorist financing and the exposure to other risks like fraud, defalcations, and even in some instances money laundering. But we also take the opportunity to hear from the sector about the quality of service that we are giving them and to seek to hear from them what areas they think that we can improve on. It is going to be a dynamic session. Come with your smartphone because we're going to be using some up-to-date technology to measure your participation and the effectiveness of our session.
The session happens next Wednesday, the 31st of March, here at the Government Administration Building in room 1038, starting at 6 p.m. Now, to get registered or to confirm your attendance, you can email grcompliance@gov.ky. Teams from the Elections Office hit the road on Monday morning to facilitate the first votes in the 2021 general election conducted via mobile voting. Now, election office officials were in the electoral districts of West Bay, where pre-approved voters who couldn't, for whatever reason, attend a polling station on election day were able to cast their ballots beforehand. Now, the team were expected to poll 42 voters in West Bay North, 11 voters in West Bay West, 25 in West Bay South, and 72 voters in West Bay Central. Mobile voting will continue across Grand Cayman this week. Persons approved for home visits can expect the polling teams between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Persons voting in person at the static mobile locations can do so between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Now, the deadline for mobile voting applications is Tuesday, the 6th of April. Forms are available online at elections.ky. The second round of mobile voting will be held on the 8th and 9th of April. Speaking of voting, recently residents who live on Cayman and Little Cayman were getting their new voters' IDs.
We are issuing voters' IDs for anyone who may have made changes or anybody who did not have their voters' ID previously. So we're kind of on our last, this is the last time we'll have it here in Cayman.
According to the registering officer, registration of new voters and those who moved to other constituencies went well on the sister islands this year. Turning now to the forecast, the high temperature reached 83 degrees, the low 71. We can expect partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of afternoon showers. Winds are from the northeast at 5 to 10 knots this morning, veering to the southeast at 5 to 10 knots into the afternoon. Now, seas are slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. The synopsis is calling for light northeasterly winds that are becoming east-southeasterly by the afternoon with slight seas, which are expected across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours. It's all due to the slack pressure gradient, which is over our area. The Weather Services app, CINWS, is available, of course, on your mobile devices. You can also go to their website, weather.gov.ky, for the very latest weather forecast locally. And that ends today's news brief here on CIG Television. I'm Donna Bush, thanking you as always for joining us and inviting you back here again tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye for now.
Join Donna Bush weekdays at 6 p.m. for the CIG TV News Update. Get the latest on what's happening in government on a daily basis. News Update first at 6 p.m.